I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at beautyprofessor.net. It's been quite a while since I've been able to make a video, and I am so excited to have the opportunity to do that finally. This video is going to be focused on my favorites for the entire year of 2015, and I'm going to do this video very much like I did the video last year, where I looked back on my blog and on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to highlight a few products from each month of the year to keep the consistency and integrity of kind of an annual favorites list. So aside from having a crazy busy schedule the last couple of months, which has unfortunately prevented me from making videos as regularly as I would like to, everything else in my life is about the same. Just working like crazy and happy to be covering beauty and skincare on Beauty Professor, as well as now back on my channel. Just to address my hair really quickly, I had it in a braid for the last maybe 6 or 7 hours, so that's why it's wavy. As soon as I'm done with this video, I think I'm going to wash it, and then I'm going to be getting a haircut. My mom's coming over later on tonight. She'll be trimming it because it's gotten really long. Anyway, so that just explains why it's wavy rather than straight. For the month of January, I am addressing just 3 products. The first is the SK-II Facial Treatment Essence, which I've used all year long. It is great for clarifying the skin, for making things super smooth, and just for tightening pores and brightening in general. So I know this is a cult favorite, and it's certainly one of my favorites as well. And then we have the Giorgio Armani Eye Tint. These have a beautiful cream formula that is sheer but can be built upon for deeper opacity. I have this beautiful kind of sable taupe brown and then a rose gold shade as well, and I'll link to the specific names below, but both of these have been in heavy rotation all year. If you haven't tried this formula yet, I implore you to. Not only is it aesthetically pleasing just in the tube, but it works really well in the eye to be creaseless, budge proof, and just a really natural kind of minimalist finish, which is definitely aligned with the Armani vision. For lips in January, I have to mention the Tom Ford matte lip color in First Time. This is definitely my favorite matte lip color in the line. It's a beautiful peachy pink. I think I've mentioned it in videos before, and I will say I have a few backups of this, even though since its initial release about a year ago, it has become a permanent color in the collection. So if you're looking for a place to start in the matte family for Tom Ford lip color, check out First Time. For February, my skincare choice is the Omorovicza Blue Diamond Resurfacing. Omorovicza line, it's Hungarian, and all of the products are really beautiful in the line, but I grab for this one frequently. You can see it's had plenty of usage. It is great when your skin is distressed and tired. You can just smooth it on. It turns almost into an opaque gel, and it just nourishes the skin when you rinse it off. Not only is your skin hydrated, but it also appears gently exfoliated, so it's smoother than ever before. Then I have 2 blushes. I know that seems repetitive, but they were both key discoveries for me in that early part of the year. The first is the by Terry Dans Soleil blush in Platonic Blonde, which looks like this. It's a peachy nude pink, very easy to wear, and it does have great pigmentation for the cheeks to just kind of look freshly pinched. Also, I've used a lot of the La Prairie Cellular Radiance Cream Blush in Peach Glow. You can see this is well loved, and you just tap it right along this area. You get a lovely kind of infusion of color, but also a subtle radiance that's not too shimmery or glittery. So I can't recommend this shade enough. It looks gorgeous on a spectrum of skin. For March, I the Aveeno body wash. This is actually like the 3rd bottle of this I've used this year, so I definitely love it. I don't know, before I tried body wash this year as a grown woman, I don't know why it took me so long, I was just using soap in the shower, and even to shave I would just use soap, and maybe if I was in a hurry, not even that. I also feel like it kind of mitigates the need for a whole bunch of lotion after a shower, though I still moisturize. But if you're looking for a great just daily body wash, I can't recommend the one from Aveeno enough. For hair, I love the High Gloss Serum from Gloss Moderne. It is great right after washing. I just put a couple of pumps into my long hair, distribute it evenly, and then it leaves my hair easy to brush out, super smooth. And oftentimes I don't even use a hairdryer, but in the morning my hair is just shiny and nourished looking. So this is a beautiful line. It has exceptional ingredients. If you haven't tried out the line, I highly recommend taking a peek. And while I love the shampoo and the conditioner as well, this was the product I had to mention for the month of March. For foundation, in March, I was happy to report on my blog that I finished the Tom Ford Traceless Foundation. Of course, since I procured a new bottle, but I rarely finish foundations because I try so many, because it is one of my personal obsessions, and I have definitely finished an entire bottle of this. I wear it in either shade 5 Natural or shade 3 Fawn, or a mixture of the two for some of the year. And if you're looking for a foundation that gives beautiful medium to full coverage, that doesn't crease or migrate, truly stays in place in even extremely hot or humid situations, this is the place to go. I know that this can be kind of a splurge item price point wise, but I highly recommend it if you're looking for a foundation with those qualities. Finally, for March, a lip product. This is the Marc Jacobs Pout Liner Lip Liner in Honey Bun. I've actually gone through a couple of these this year. I love the fact that you don't need to sharpen it, that it has great pigmentation, and it basically behaves like a waterproof product. It doesn't budge. This works really well with all my pinks and nudes and makes a great lip base if you just want to put clear gloss over it. So good. For April, we're looking at 3 products. The first in the skincare realm is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. And this exfoliant is so beautiful. So excited to finally try it, and I will say that it lives up to my expectations. It is green and it has just an interesting kind of cinnamon scent, but the results I think are what make it so exemplary. So in the shower a couple times a week after cleansing, I'll just rub this onto my face and then let it sit for maybe like a minute or so. I try not to rub too hard because my skin is sensitive, but I can get away with using the regular version rather than the sensitive version. And then I rinse it off. My skin feels super smooth, super clean. Pores look smaller. It's everything you would hope from a really good intensive exfoliating treatment, and no irritation, at least in my experience. Also, I am on number 2 of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. I know there's a lot of incarnations or shades in this particular formula. This is the powder version. You can see I've already hit pan on compact number 2. This shimmer is just so pretty on the face. You only need a little bit. I love to wear it on the high points of my face. I find it's the most natural looking. It is just a very neutral kind of champagne pearl. And then I want to discuss the Burberry Wet Dry Glow Eyeshadow in Nude. Gosh, I grab for this all the time. And I think this has become kind of a cult favorite in beauty land as well. It's hard to get, so if you ever see it online, like on the Nordstrom website, snap it up because it does sell out, disappears, but it's a pearly shimmering taupe, so pretty on the eyes. You can wear it as a single wash of color or as a blending color with something deeper. It's always in my makeup bag because I grab for it constantly, especially when I just want a no-brainer, quick, shimmering taupe. For May, I have to mention the Lift Lab Skin Regeneration Purify and Clarify Daily Cleanser. Also a perennial kind of fixture in my shower. I love the fact that it's a cleanser. If you leave it on your face longer, it's like a mask, and it really cleans the pores so nicely. I'm actually on bottle number 3 of this, and I think I picked up maybe bottle 2 in May, so that's when I decided to mention it, though I've talked about it so many times on the blog. The entire Lift Lab line is gorgeous, but this is the one product I absolutely cannot live without. Then there is the African Botanics Marula Shimmering Gold Oil. I started using this in May because the sun was out and it was getting warmer and you could wear a little less, and I love having a little glow on my arms and legs. This has a divine scent. It has just the touch of shimmer, and the marula oil is incredibly nutrient rich, so you're giving your skin a treatment every time you apply it. The whole African Botanics line is lovely. I use a lot of products from the line, but this one is one I had to include in this video strictly because it's useful year-round and looks pretty on a range of skin tones. Then there is the Gressa Minimalist Foundation. I have every shade offering from this formula on my blog, which I'll link to, but gosh, as a green, pure foundation with very skin-friendly, skin-advantageous ingredients, this is amazing. It's a liquid, it can go sheer, you can build it up to practically full coverage, and it looks like nothing on the skin. So if you're looking for a green formula that's liquid, you have to try this out. I wear it in shade 3.5, which is great for like NC 25 to 27. Finally, rounding out May is the Kara Weiss eyeshadow in Wisdom, which is a beautiful shimmering taupe. with a little more depth than the Burberry Nude I was talking about, and a little less shimmer, but it's got a satin finish. So pretty on the eye. This whole line is just visually amazing, kind of style and substance fusing together. And it's also a green line, which means it has amazing ingredients for the skin. For June, I have 4 products. There's the Minimalist pH Balancing Toner. Now, I use a lot from the Minimalist line, so I could do an entire video dedicated to all the products that I use and love from this particular brand. But I started using the toner heavily about this time. It's great for pH balancing the skin. It also is an agent to kind of heighten the delivery of any other skincare that you put subsequently over the toner. A light herbal scent. It's great for sensitive skin. It kind of mitigates any excess oiliness, but never makes your skin feel tight. It's just a hero product from the line. Also, we have the Orlan Teint Absolu. It's a light foundation, and I wear it in shade 12, but I have swatches of all the shades on my blog. It has skincare benefits, and I like to think of this kind of like a tinted moisturizer on steroids, because it does give you a little more coverage and lasting power than a traditional one. But if you haven't looked at anything from the Orlan line, I encourage you to start here. Beautiful skin base option. And there is the Gucci finishing powder, and I've used this a lot. I certainly was using it a lot in the springtime. It's a luxe option, not only just the compact. Of course, it has a brush below, but also the finish. I use it to set my makeup, to banish any shine later on in the day for a midday touch-up, and it's got a great secure kind of presentation. And then the Visart Sultry Muse eyeshadow palette, well loved. This is not looking pristine because I use it all the time, most recently yesterday. So this is my favorite palette from the line. This one most because it's got warm neutrals with a satin finish, which is totally my thing. For July, 4 products. The first is the Solasu Perfecting Cushion. I use this for a lot of this summer. It is a BBCC cushion compact kind of incarnation, but truly my favorite type of all of the ones I've tried. It has only a couple shades in the shade range, which is why it could be prohibitive for some who are on the really light or maybe really rich and deep dark skin tone. But I wear shade number 25, which is good for like light medium skin, NC 25 to maybe NC 30. And what's weird about this is you apply it, you don't really feel like anything's happening, and then you look at your skin again and it's just completely perfected. It also has immense SPF, I think SPF 50. So it's great in the summertime or anytime you know you'll be outdoors, and it doesn't budge. So your skin never feels heavy or oily throughout the day. You don't even need to touch up, even though you can because it's so compact. Then there's the Rouge Bunny Rouge Imperceptible Powder, another powder discovery. I have this in a few shades. It is such a visually stunning presentation, but also really amazing powder. Gossamer finish, light tint. Use a brush to apply it or even a powder puff, and you cannot see the powder, but your skin just looks airbrushed. Then there is the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. I have used a lot of this. I have this in a few different formulas or shades now, but the original installment is still my favorite. Beautiful tan, kind of bronzy shade, and also a champagne highlighter for really quick, really natural contouring and highlighting without having any obvious telltale line. Finally, for this month, the Surratt Automatique Lip Crayon. This is in Scantily Clad, which is one of my favorite nudes ever. Opaque, moisturizing, stays in place. I have swatches of every shade of this formula on my blog. I'll link to it. Only 3 products in August. There were many more I loved, but I'm just talking about 3 because I have to exercise some restraint. Here's the Tom Ford Illuminating Duo in Mood Light. Definitely have used a lot of this. I use it as a highlighter up here. The darker shade can actually be kind of an accentuating bronzer contour. You just want to go lightly so you're not super shiny under here. But the shades are so versatile, really complementary to whatever other makeup you already have on, and just gives you that extra something both in pictures and in person that is natural but with an ethereal glow. And then there is the Burberry Eye Color Cream. I love Pink Heather here. It is a kind of neutral to rosy, taupey, dusty rose taupe, so many adjectives, but it looks amazing as an olive wash of color. So I wasn't sure about buying any eye color with the word pink in it when I ordered this, but these cream colors look so pretty as just a subtle, subdued kind of muted look, and yet they're pigmented and they're crease free. And then finally for this month, I have the Tom Ford Lilac Nymph lip color. This is one of the new shade releases in the States for that month, for August, and this is a purpley pink, so pretty. I like mixing it with my lighter nudes, but also wearing it alone when I want a pop of color. For September, a couple of foundations, some complexion products. Here we go. So the Temp 2 Air came into my life. This handheld gem makes airbrush foundation so easy to apply. I have a whole video demonstrating how I like to use it, but it's definitely my favorite kind of airbrush version of foundation. Very natural, and even though you could take it with you, I never need to touch up with this foundation. It is the La Prairie Skin Caviar Concealer and Foundation. This was newly reformulated, new shade spectrum, and I will be doing an intensive close-up of all the new shades shortly on my blog. But in the meanwhile, Honey Beige has been my match for a lot of the year. Yes, this is an opulent investment, but it is worth it if you're looking for just top tier foundation meets skincare with a concealer thrown in for good measure. Kara Weiss foundation version, and it's in a heavy compact that is refillable. So I can wear this in a couple different shades. I have all the shade offerings swatched on my blog that I'll link to, but if you're looking for very matte yet beautiful medium to full coverage that is completely green and a solid, then look no further. By Terry, Dawn Soleil's contouring compacts that came out. This one is the 200, which has a creamy beige and not shimmery, and then a beautiful brown tan, not orange. And I love using this on the go. You can get a full cheek in like one swipe. Then there is the Clé de Peau bronzing powder in 01. I've featured it in so many pictures, talked about it a lot. Beautiful satin finish, shimmering kind of warm tan, and an easy bronzer to just apply on the go. And then finally for this month, we have the Christian Louboutin lipstick. This is Toutole actually, which is my favorite of the three that I purchased. So I've mentioned them in videos, I'll link to my review, but I wanted to say that I didn't like these and that they were overpriced and don't get them, but I have no regrets about buying these. Yes, they're a splurge, but the formula is beautiful, and you can see I've used quite a lot. For the month of October, I have to mention the Radical Skincare Radical Perfection Fluid. This is a pink fluid that goes completely sheer on the face but just adds luminosity. It's a great skincare step when you're looking for just an all-in-one nourishing vitamin-packed formula, and I love the Radical Skincare line, but this is one of their newest launches, and so I wanted to mention it. I started using it in the fall, and I recommend it all. The SK2 Midday Essence. This is purse size and concentrated Pitera for that spritz you need in the middle of the day to kind of freshen up your complexion, and I've used a good amount. I also have written about it many times, so this has come with me on many trips and is always a great post-flight refresher, to say nothing of just refreshing in the middle of your work. There is the Chanel Gloss Allure. This is an Ideal, and it's just a great pink. I don't know if it's limited edition or not, but I know it's still available online, and it's always in my purse because when you just want a great pink lip that's somewhat shiny and pigmented, but a baby pink that's not too white, this is the way to go. Metier de Beauté waterproof liners. Truly they are waterproof. They're smooth and they're hydrating, and this is in the shade Nylon. I've used quite a lot of it. It just has a great kind of pinky nude to be a complement to any pinky nude lipsticks you choose to put on. Also the Tom Ford Extreme Mascara in Raven. Use it a lot, probably ready for a new tube at this point. But I'm really impressed. It took me a long time to try this, but I since then bought many of these as gifts for people close to me in my life. Then the Chantecaille Cheek Gelée in Happy. It is another kind of luminous lip from within baby pink. This one's in a tube, and it's a little more liquidy than the other blushes I've showcased so far. But gosh, it's pretty on the cheeks, and it does kind of turn to a stain, but not a deep stain. So if you're looking for a blush in this kind of modality, then check this out. And then there is the By Terry lip palette. This launched in holiday, and why am I talking about it in this month? Because I actually saw a preview of it in this month, and it was on my mind ever since. So I'll link to my comprehensive review, but if you can still get your hands on this, I highly recommend you do so, especially if you like By Terry and red lipsticks, because you have so many options in this palette. Month, There is the Jenny Patikin Gem collection of brushes. I am just so in love with this little set. I will link to my pictures of it because probably looking at it right now does not do it justice. But the brushes are just emblazoned with a single Swarovski crystal, and the Jenny Patikin brushes are mainstays in my collection. So check out this little velvet wrapped delight. For the month of November, I have a foundation discovery. It's the By Terry Light Expert Click Brush. Colors were updated and the brush became a flat kabuki rather than a flat paddle brush. This formula is just lovely. I'm actually wearing it right now. I used it for an entire trip to New York every day, all day. It just lasts without needing touch-ups. It could feel like sheer coverage, but I get actually good medium coverage out of it. It's very velvety, skin nourishing, great for sensitive skin. Shade 5 Peach Beige is my current match, but I can also get away with 10 when I'm a little tanner. I have swatches of all the shades on my There is the GHD Platinum Styler, which I probably should have used before filming this video. It is the best of the best as far as straighteners go. I've tried a lot of straighteners, but GHD are my favorite, and this is their newest one, which is in my bathroom all the time. It straightens, leaves your hair glossy, and still feeling healthy like you're not frying it. So if you're looking for just a top of the line precision straightener, GHD. We have the Christian Louboutin Lip Definer in Nats. I ordered this on a whim, and gosh, I don't know how much is left, but I have been using it so much. It self-sharpens. It's a beautiful nude pink. Do you hear a theme of my lip liner love here? And it is just a work of art on top of that. I also feel like I have some self-defense should I need it. I don't want to have to use it, but I'm glad to know it's there. Round brush is great for eyeshadow application, and also if you're wanting to kind of buff out a multicolored lip. The Artiste line is lovely, and this is just one of my favorite brushes. And then we have the Surratt Beauty Shadows in Marron and Dor Rose, Rose Gold, and kind of a burgundy maroon. I wear this. This is always in my makeup bag because I can create a full eye with these two in seconds. So pretty together when you're looking for something a little warm, a little burgundy. The Le Métier de Beauté Moisture Matte Lip Color. This is in Levian Rose. I actually have this on under some gloss. It's a pale nude pink, great for a 1960s pale her. And then there's the Surratt Prismatique Lips. This is in Cultive. It's a blue lipstick that turns a beautiful violet soft pink on the lips. So pretty. It doesn't turn into that hot pink lip that so many color transforming lipsticks can do. So the magic is just in the tube here for me. It's a cool violet pink, but light. I'm so happy with this lipstick, and it just feels like butter on the lips. So smooth, so hydrating. For December, I have a couple of fragrances I want to mention. First is the Maison Margiela Replica fragrance in Lipstick On, which is a new release. I was working with it a lot in December. It smells kind of just like the best essence of lipstick you can imagine. It's the only way I can describe it. I have the Byredo Mojave Ghost, and this is something I was waiting for. I got it as a Christmas gift. I've used countless samples, and I'm so happy to finally have my own bottle. I love the Byredo fragrances, but this one, it's sweet, yet there's kind of a skin scent base below it. I'm just really happy to have this one. So Mila Morsi Triple Action Eye Contour Cream. Mila Morsi came out with a couple of new eye products. This cream features a angled tip for cooling application, and it's just great at targeting fine lines and darkness and bags. Kogan Do Moisture Fit Concealer, a new release in December, and it's always in my makeup bag now. It only comes in one shade, but I'm told that more shades are on their way. And it's just kind of an apricot beige that really brightens up darkness under the eyes. And I love the doe foot applicator. And there is the Girlactik Face Glow in Lustre. And this is more of a kind of purpley pink highlighter than the other highlighters I've showed you today. So Girlactik is a really interesting independent line, and I have been using this. I actually have it on my face right now. I've been using it a lot in December. Onward, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Quad in Dolce Vita. I've used a lot of this, and I have it on my eyes right now. It's got a nude, a deep kind of burgundy, a khaki, which I don't use that often, and then a very sparkly gold. combined or even by themselves, all the shades are beautiful and crease free. MustaeV color powder in Moonlight White. It's a beautiful shimmering white. It's kind of an artist powder that you can use, and it's just got the most gossamer finish. So you can use it like a highlighter. I love how compact it is. You can mix it into things to make them more luminous. Loving the Urban Decay eyeshadow. This isn't Half Baked, but I've also been using Chopper a lot as well. Both are very warm, subtle colors, crease free, and always in my makeup bag. And I have to mention the Surratt Beauty contour brush. I'm loving the Surratt Beauty brushes. They are the epitome of luxury, and this one gets used for bronzer and blush for me. It's so soft, it doesn't shed, and it's handmade, so I just use it across here. For mascara, I've been using a lot of the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Knockout. Now, I do think this is a new launch for January, but I was able to start trying it at the end of November, and heavily in December is when I've been using it. It is just great for building lashes. I have it on right now. It gives a long lash effect that is nice and dark, rich, jet black, and also adds volume. So all the things you want a mascara to do. Keep your eye out for its official launch. I've been using a lot of this Makeup Forever Plexi Glass lip gloss in Nude Beige, which is so opaque. Yes, it's a little sticky, but I think that's what contributes to its lasting power. And it looks amazing over lip liner or pinks or nudes, or even on its own with lip liner. I can't get enough of this gloss. I highly recommend its opacity and its lasting power. It just gives lips a nude look that none of my other glosses quite do. So happy discovery. And so concludes a enormous collection of products that were my favorite in 2015. Trust me when I say that this is a massively pared down version of a lot of the products I've tried and loved this year, and it's still a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this. I welcome your questions and your comments, and I can't wait to hear what you think of both this video and certainly the products and maybe your own experiences with them. I'm intent on trying to do more videos more frequently, especially now that I have some new lighting that allows me to film later on in the day. And as always, don't forget to visit me at Beauty Professor, and I wish you blessings and health in this brand new year of 2016. Take care.